Have you ever wondered why your dog doesn't listen to you? The answer might be simpler than you think. Training, or rather, the lack of it. Training your four-legged friend isn't just about teaching them fun tricks or getting them to behave at the dinner table. It's about fostering a meaningful relationship, establishing a line of communication, and creating a safer, happier life for your dog. Imagine the peace of mind you would have knowing your dog will come when called, sit when asked, or stay put, even when tempted by a squirrel or a delicious treat. Think of the bond you could form, the mutual respect and trust that could develop. More importantly, a well-trained dog is a safe dog, less likely to run into traffic or get into dangerous situations. So, are you ready to start training your dog? Let's dive into the steps. Before we start, there are a few things you need to prepare. Training your furry friend is akin to hosting a dinner party. You wouldn't invite guests over without the right ingredients, would you? Similarly, you need the right tools to train your dog. First, we have treats. Not just any treats, but your dog's favorites. These act as a positive reinforcement, a way of saying good job to your dog. Next, we need a quiet room, a place free of distractions where your dog can focus solely on you and the task at hand. Think of it as your personal training ground. Finally, a leash. This is not just for control, but also for safety. It helps you guide your dog through the training process and prevents them from wandering off. So, gather your treats, find your quiet room, and grab that leash. Now that we're prepared, we can start training. The first step in dog training is teaching your dog to sit on command. This is an essential part of any dog's training, and it sets the stage for all other commands. So let's dive in. Start by standing in front of your dog with a treat in your hand. Make sure the treat is something they absolutely love. The smellier, the better. This will capture their attention and give them a reason to focus on you. Now hold the treat right above your dog's nose, but don't let them snatch it just yet. This is where the fun begins. As your dog's eyes follow the treat, their bottom will naturally want to hit the ground. The moment it does, say the command sit in a firm but loving voice. Remember to immediately reward your dog with the treat and a hearty good boy or good girl as soon as their bottom touches the ground. This will help them associate the command sit with the action of sitting down and the positive reward of a treat. It's important to repeat this process several times a day, but in short training sessions. Dogs, like us, can get bored or tired if the training goes on for too long. 5 to 10 minutes at a time is more than enough. Patience and consistency are your best friends during this process. Your dog might not get it right away, and that's okay. Don't get frustrated or give up. Keep the training sessions positive and encouraging. And remember, every dog is different. Some might pick up the command within a day, while others might take a week or two. That's perfectly normal. What matters most is that you're spending quality time with your furry friend, strengthening your bond, and teaching them a new skill that will help them become well-behaved members of your family. And there you have it. That's how you teach your dog to sit on command. It's a simple process, but it requires patience and consistency. Remember, patience is key. Don't rush the process. With time and practice, your dog will be sitting like a pro in no time. After mastering the sit command, it's time to teach your dog to stay. The stay command is a vital tool in your dog training arsenal. It's the magic word that ensures your furry friend remains in one place regardless of the distractions around them. Now, let's dive into the process. First things first, it's important to remember that patience is the key. Training a dog to stay is a step-by-step process. It's not something that happens overnight, so it's essential to take it slow and steady. Start off by giving the sit command. Once your dog is sitting, gently open your palm in front of them and say, stay. Make sure your tone is firm, yet encouraging. At this point, don't move away from your dog just yet. Continue to hold your hand up and repeat the stay command a couple more times. Next, take a step back from your dog while maintaining eye contact. If your dog stays put, give them a treat or a warm pat on the head as a reward. This positive reinforcement will motivate your dog to obey the stay command in the future. If your dog doesn't stay and attempts to follow you instead, don't worry. Gently guide them back to their original position and repeat the command. Remember, it's all about repetition and consistency. As your dog starts to get the hang of it, gradually increase the distance between you and your dog while giving the stay command. This will help them understand that they need to stay put even when you're not right next to them. The stay command is exceptionally useful in various situations. It can prevent your dog from running into the road, keep them calm when guests are around, or even stop them from chasing after squirrels in the park. With these two commands, you are already on your way to having a well-behaved dog. But remember, every dog is unique, and what works for one might not work for another, so always be patient and persistent in your training. Happy training. The next command to teach your dog is come. This command is a vital tool in ensuring your dog's safety, and it's one that could save their life. It's all about bringing your furry friend back to you, no matter the distraction. So how can you teach this all-important command? Start with your dog on a leash. Yes, even in the comfort of your living room. This gives you control and keeps your dog in a manageable area. Now take a few steps back from your dog and say their name, followed by the command come. Remember, it's important to say it in a cheerful and encouraging tone. Dogs respond to positivity after all. If they trot over to you, brilliant. Shower them with praise and perhaps a treat or two. If they don't, gently guide them towards you using the leash. Once they've reached you again, praise them and reward their efforts. This helps your dog associate the command come with positive reinforcement. Now it's time for repetition and practice. Gradually increase the distance between you and your dog and keep reinforcing the come command. Once your dog seems to have the hang of it indoors, it's time to take the training outside. This is where the real test begins. The great outdoors is full of distractions, from squirrels to other dogs, but don't worry. Keep your dog on a long leash and practice the come command. If they're successful, heap on the praise and treats. Remember, patience is key. Training takes time and every dog learns at their own pace. It's vital not to rush the process or get frustrated. Keep the training sessions short and sweet, no more than 15 minutes at a time. This prevents your dog from getting overwhelmed and keeps the training enjoyable for both of you. And there you have it. That's how you teach the come command. With persistence and patience, your dog will soon be responding to your call, no matter the distraction. Remember, practice makes perfect. Keep practicing these commands. Now that you know the basic commands, here are some tips to make your dog training successful. Firstly, maintaining a positive attitude is essential. Dogs are intuitive creatures. They can sense your emotions and will respond accordingly. If you're frustrated or impatient, they'll feel it and it might affect their learning. So keep your energy positive and your tone cheerful. Remember, this should be a fun experience for both of you. Secondly, reward their good positive reinforcement is a powerful tool in dog training. Whenever your dog successfully follows a command, give them a treat, a pat, or verbal praise. This not only reinforces their good behavior, but also makes them more eager to learn. However, remember to use treats sparingly, as you don't want to overfeed your dog or make them reliant on treats for good behavior. Next, be consistent with your commands. Consistency is key in dog training. If you're teaching your dog the sit command, for instance, use the same word, tone, and gesture every time. Changing your command or the way you give it can confuse your dog and hinder their learning. This applies to everyone in the household. Everyone should use the same commands to ensure the dog doesn't get mixed signals. Also, keep your training sessions short and sweet. Dogs, especially puppies, have attention spans. Long training sessions can lead to frustration and boredom, which can hinder learning. Aim for several short sessions throughout the day, rather than one long one. Lastly, don't forget about socialization. Expose your dog to different environments, people, and other dogs. This will help them become more adaptable and well-behaved. It's also a great way for them to learn social skills and manners. Dog training can be a fun and rewarding experience. Remember, every dog learns at their own pace, so be patient, enjoy the process. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your fellow dog lovers. Happy training!